My name is Broadcast Cal, and today we're going to learn about Veterans Day. Veterans Day is always celebrated on November 11th, and I'll tell you why in just a bit. First, I need to tell you what a veteran is. A veteran is someone who has served in the military, also known as the Armed Forces. At Veterans Day, it's a day where we honor those who have served in the military. Did you know that the military has 5 parts, also known as branches? The Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. Together, they all serve to defend our freedom. Kind of a big deal. Respect. So if you meet a veteran, ask them what branch they served in, and then tell them they're awesome. The reason we celebrate Veterans Day on November 11th is that is the day that World War I ended in 1918 at 11 o'clock on the 11th day in the 11th month. An armistice was signed to end the war. An armistice is an agreement between 2 opposing sides that ends the war. Everyone was so glad that the war was over that the next year, in 1919, 100 years ago today, the U.S. declared November 11th as Armistice Day to celebrate the ending of the war. It was called Armistice Day every year until 1954, when President Dwight D. Eisenhower changed it from Armistice Day to Veterans Day, because he wanted to honor all service members, past and present. And that is why we celebrate Veterans Day, to honor all service members who have served our country to defend our freedom. Pretty cool. And that's your lesson on this day in kid history. Broadcast Cal out.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now a tribute to all the veterans in our audience this evening. If you or a member of your family have served in the armed forces of this great nation, as you hear your particular branch of service represented in song, please stand proudly as we continue with Armed Forces on Parade, beginning with the United States Air Force.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, singing to lead our thunder, our boys taking the gun. Down the night, starting a flame from under, off with one hell of a roar. We will play, go down and play, hey, loving us up the USA.
United States Coast Guard.
We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in Thee. Through surf and storm and howling wind, I shall on purpose be. Send heaven to cease or die. Our fame, our glory too. To fight, to save or fight and die. I Coast Guard, we are
The United States Army. The United States Navy.
We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. The armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The timing of this holiday is quite deliberate in terms of historical fact. But somehow it always seems quite fitting to me that this day comes deep in autumn when the colors are muted and the days seem to invite contemplation. It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise, but most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. And all we can do is remember. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. In memory of those who gave the last full measure of devotion, may our efforts to achieve lasting peace gain strength. Let us make a vow to our dead. Let us show them by our actions that we understand what they died for. Strengthened by their courage, heartened by their value, and borne by their memory, let us continue to stand for the ideals for which they lived and died.
In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. We shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
Good morning. How are y'all doing today? This is Coach Dante Cooper to be exact. Just want to tell y'all, thank y'all for honoring us veterans. I am a proud Army veteran of 15 years. I also did Air Force as well. I was on 19 Kilo, which is a gunner on a tank, and also was human resources. I've been to Iraq twice, and I've been to Afghanistan once. Each time was different, each time was hard, but I thank God for letting me allow myself to come back to the United States. I just want to say thank y'all once again for honoring us. I'm glad I served my country, probably the best thing that I've ever done in my life. I traveled the world, met a lot of people, taught me how to be a better man, a better father, opened up my eyes to so much outside of Waycross. And I encourage you kids that when you get older, you have a plan for your life. And if you don't have a plan, the military will be a great place to go. Air Force, Army, Marines, Coast Guard, Navy, it doesn't matter. Always have a plan. Never be a follower, always be a leader, and do as you're told. So to all the administrators and staff, I thank y'all for allowing me to speak to the kids. Thank y'all for this great Veterans Day that y'all put on for us. Just so happy to be here. Thank y'all once again. I love y'all.
On behalf of Ware County Middle School, I would like to say thank you to all of the veterans. We appreciate every sacrifice and everything that you've done for us and our country. Again, thanks for your service.